Hello, beautiful friends and viewers. I'm your friendly guide, Mr. Smart. Today I'm going to share with you my journey to becoming proactive in my life and work. Being proactive is the first of the 7 habits that Stephen Covey advocates in his best-selling book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. This animated video is part of the 7 Habits series based on Covey's book. It will guide and help you take an important step towards smart living. Subscribe and join us in our mission if you want to know how to live smartly on 4 levels: physical, mental, emotional, and financial. Now let us come back to our topic of the day. Once upon a time, I was what Stephen refers to in his book, a reactive person. My mood and my performance were dependent upon external stimuli. If people treated me good, I'd feel good and perform well. If the weather was bright and warm, I would outshine anyone else. But if I felt someone treated me badly, or maybe the weather was too wet or too cold, I would feel terrible. Once I made a plan for a picnic with my family and friends. All the preparations were in place. We were all ready to go, but the weather turned stormy and it killed our plan. I felt terribly. My whole day was ruined. I asked myself, why does this keep happening to me? Then Stephen Covey and his book became my friends in my journey to becoming an effective person. So friends, come closer. A bit more closer. Let me share with you what Stephen Covey has taught me. To be proactive means to take the responsibility of our own actions. Let us get out of the bad habit of blaming our surroundings or circumstances or other external conditions for our own behavior. We are responsible for our own lives. Actions, decisions, and behaviors, they're all ours. In fact, our behavior is a function of our own decisions, not external conditions and stimuli. External conditions can be favorable or unfavorable, but it is we who are responsible for our own decisions and responses to that. Our responses are based on our values, and we have the ability to subordinate our feelings to values. The ability to exercise this control on an impulse for a value is the essence of what a proactive person is. Proactive people are driven by their values, while the reactive person is driven by feelings and external circumstances. Let's just look at the word responsibility. It simply means the ability to choose your own responses. Proactive people take the responsibility of their actions. Their behavior is a product of their own decisions, based on values rather than feelings. Proactive people are not dependent on external stimuli. Their mood and performance are not dependent on how the weather is or who said something nice about them on social media. They carry all the stimuli they need to accomplish their task within them. The exact opposite is reactive. Reactive people say that the rain spoiled their plan. Negativity will prevail in their lives as they perceive external forces to be in control and adversity to be in abundance. Now, that's not to say that proactive people are not still influenced by external conditions and stimuli. These, by the way, can be physical, social, or psychological. But the responses of proactive people to these stimuli are based on their values and by choice. Former First Lady of the United States of America and political activist Eleanor Roosevelt profoundly said, "No one can hurt you without your consent." Let that settle in for now. Friends of Mr. Smart, you should be clear that being proactive and taking initiative does not mean being pushy or aggressive at all. It simply means that you recognize your responsibility to make things happen. Proactive people are not pushy or insensitive. Rather, they are smart and value-driven. They read the situation and know what is needed. My friends, I told you at the start of this video that I used to be a highly ineffective person before I started to practice what Stephen Covey has outlined in this book. I was in a habit of covering up my mistakes, instead of addressing them and learning from them. When I made a mistake, I would employ circular logic to somehow turn it into anything other than a mistake. Or even if I had to admit it was a mistake, I would do my very best to shift the blame to my circumstances, the weather, traffic, or any innocent soul around me. I didn't realize at the time that committing the mistake wasn't the problem, but not acknowledging it, not correcting it, and not learning from it certainly became a big problem. In fact, it's the biggest mistake of all. It will set you on a self-deceiving and self-justifying path. It is the rationalization of our mistakes to self and others. I learned from Stephen Covey that a proactive person makes mistakes, but he will acknowledge it, correct it, and certainly learn from it. After all, chasing a poisonous snake after it's bitten you instead of seeking medical attention will only drive poison through your body faster. Covering a mistake is just like chasing that poisonous snake. Instead of covering his mistakes, a proactive person will focus all his energies on correcting it. My friends, do you think that being proactive can improve your life and work? What challenges do you face on your way to becoming highly proactive in your life? Let your fellow viewers and Mr. Smart know about your opinion in the comments section below. Don't forget to like this video if its content has helped you to take a step towards smart living. And yes, subscribe to Mr. Smart if you've not subscribed already. And hit the bell button for notifications so that you don't miss any episodes by Mr. Smart. What are you waiting for? It is totally free.